Hey Goodfellas, today I'm going to react on Kevin O'Leary's and producer Michael's video where they're showing their watch and pen collection. Now we're not going to focus on the watch collection. There's enough people out there doing this. We're going to focus on their pen collection. Let's see what they have there and let's see what I can tell you about it. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel. A lot of you guys that are watching haven't subscribed yet. It doesn't cost anything. It helps and you'll have great content about fine writing instruments. But now let's start. I've talked enough.
So in this video we are going to do a couple more watches that we've got left and then some pens and some cufflinks, crazy cufflinks.
Yep, got to talk about that.
And
again with your theme of matching things and making a style statement, which a lot of men don't do. I do, you clearly do. I think it's important. Men have very few jewelry options.
That's true.
And
that's
so
a good
you
point.
really want to work with what you got.
That's exactly right. That's the way I think.
That's a very good point. Men don't have a lot of jewelry they can wear. There's the cufflinks, there's watches obviously, but guys, pens are totally part of it. I mean, if you're looking to become a business guy or you are a business guy and you already signed contracts, you cannot not care about a fine writing instruments and, you know, flex it, show it to the people and actually use it to sign your $1 million contracts.
True. Yeah. So who's going to start, you or me?
Why don't you start?
So they're gonna go with watches. Let's go to the point of
isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful. It's fun.
Still watches.
If I elect to spend my stiff, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I'll use it.
All right.
Okay, pens.
Let's get pens and let's talk about why pens.
Okay, I've got some pens too.
My legs are stiff. Okay.
Here. This was also for you, which I will give you as well.
Oh, that's great.
It's an N95 Jacob mask.
You made an N95, that's fantastic.
Michael has a nice wooden box.
Okay, so the whole idea of watches is,
Kevin,
particularly for Shark Tank, is to try and
beautiful
get watch pieces that match
from
the red, pocket square I wear
Amazing
on a black
pens.
suit.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Guys, we saw these pens already in his video, but we're going to rewatch it and I'm wondering to see what he's going to talk about. There's some nice pieces there.
Are you a big pen collector?
I am.
Do you have the addiction as you do with watches?
Not the
guy,
same,
you know?
but I buy, what I do with watches is I buy very rare pieces and make them corporate gifts. For example, this is a JFK Mont Blanc. It's out of production. I have inventory. I have 2 of these in the original boxes. So on a big deal with somebody or something I want to celebrate, I'll take the whole box out and give them the JFK. The JFK looks like a rocket, actually, because you remember the moon launch.
That is beautiful.
You see the little red affectations it picks up on my red bands. It's perfect.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
So that is a fantastic piece, out of production, and can't get one, but when they offer me pieces,
that's the limited edition that Mont Blanc did of the great characters John F. Kennedy. Then the normal, like the special edition remained, but this was one, like the limited one, and the ballpoint, and it's super cool to know that he has 2 on the side, and whenever he signs a big deal, he's gonna gift it to his business partner or whoever it might be. That's simply awesome. That's exactly how classy and successful business people act. I have a few of architects when they sell like huge real estate. That's exactly what they do.
Say, how many can I buy now? I'll take down 3 or 4 or 5. Celebrating the Beatles, also a rare piece. They got the Beatles license from Yoko Ono, and they did a very rare, this is a dial from a
It was a nightmare for Mont Blanc to get the license from Yoko Ono to do the Beatles pen.
Piece.
That's the limited edition one.
Very nice. I like
metal trims.
That's fun.
They had to work with Yoko Ono to get this thing done.
Which I'm sure wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't easy.
You see.
This is also from the psychedelic Beatle era, a ballpoint.
And this is the
Sergeant
special
Pepper's
edition,
days.
also part of the
See, that would drive me crazy.
Very colorful.
Yeah.
It's hard to look at.
If you want to talk about a watch on television and tying to a pen, it's this one. I mean, you take something with a red band. I mean, you're getting married there, right?
Yeah, right. You are.
It's a statement.
It's just
anything.
Absolutely.
With his FP Journe watch with the red band, like you can see on Shark Tank.
Yeah, it feels great.
Then the very sexy Marilyn Monroe. It was designed to look like her high heel, her stiletto.
I see
heel.
that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now he definitely purchased this one just because it's a red pen. I think this is a very feminine pen. I wouldn't buy it personally with the pearl on the top of the clip. Cool that he has it because he loves this red pens and they have to match to his watch bands. But I think it's very feminine, so I would definitely only suggest it for a lady. But hey, you know, that's the rules are here to be broken. Sorry again. Rules are here to be broken.
Beautiful. You feel the Mont Blanc movement in that. Again, a collecting piece.
Beautiful.
And it works so well with it, like say a Vacheron.
Mont Blanc make the finest pens.
They do. You know, there were so many different makers for a while in Switzerland, but they just emerged with the design. You know, that
precision.
Yeah.
Everything they do.
Yeah, a lot of people think that Mont Blanc is French or Swiss. Kevin, Mont Blanc is German, but I'm sure he knows that very well. The problem is that talking about watches and then mixing it with pens, you don't know what to say. You know, you're gonna call pens watches, and you're gonna think they're made in Switzerland. So Mont Blanc pens are obviously made in Hamburg, in Germany. Great manufacturer, the biggest out there, also in terms of revenue and turnover. But there are many other fine writing instruments maker that they probably don't know about. I think Michael has a few interesting pieces to show. Kevin is very much is a Mont Blanc collector more than a pen collector, I would say, and I can't wait one day to meet him and to show him what exists in this world and how beautiful this world can be, and maybe sell him a Vermillon Namiki number 20.
And they're German, just
beautiful.
Fantastic.
Can I just ask for people at home that may not know the value of pens, what are we talking about? For
Okay,
these?
so let's look at this. We're going to talk about value in pens. Look at this. This probably took
We've
2 years to
one.
make.
Remember?
Sponsored obviously by Mont Blanc. That's a diamond at the tip. A really rare nib, but it's this lacquer work on this and this inlaid gold. This is a one-of-a-kind watch. It's about $37,000.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Super limited.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Superb.
You know, Laurie Grenier
Feels
was sitting,
so good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Laurie Grenier was sitting beside me on Shark Tank, and she said, "What is that? I mean, what is that? Where did you get that?" And I told her the story. There's a story of life and death, you know, etched into this in Japanese. I mean, it is such an amazing piece, and it's got such a television vibe to it. Can't go wrong.
It's
But you got
gorgeous.
Yeah, when you carry these pens, you got to make sure you don't scratch them. And then there's something really basic, which is a great television pen. This magnetic top, ballpoint with green ink in it. Again, perfect with red bands.
And again, Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc, yeah. I mean, the claim to fame here is it snaps in place with magnet.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, it's very cool. So.
To be honest, this is one of the most amazing pens he has in there. This is the Mont Blanc M, designed by Mark Newson, which is also the designer of the Apple Watch, for example. He's the designer of the Louis Vuitton Horizon luggage. And for me, an incredible piece of design, totally in the design language of Mark Newson. And yes, matches perfectly to Kevin O'Leary because it's red and there's just as many red pens at Mont Blanc.
These are just, and then there's a watch that I wear on me all the time. I'll get out and just pull it. Not a watch, a pen. Look at that. The Serpent.
Yeah,
this is a
perfect.
design from the, very, very early 1900s. It's been redone. A serpent with stones, a Mont Blanc.
Very
if you
nice.
look at the Mont Blanc saleswomen around the world, this coral color, this is their favorite pen
Really?
that they wear in the stores. Now, I dropped it once and I lost one of the eyes, and it went back to Germany and got replaced. That one little emerald. But that's
Sold
my
out.
go-to pen all the time.
Lovely pen.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so light, small, fits in your pocket, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
And
a
I
great
noticed
pen.
you just said that they wear the pens.
They wear the pen. They actually put it on the top of they're very conservative in dress, and on the top of their neckline, they put it sometimes inside with the serpent visible. Stunning.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Amazing,
Yeah,
I love it.
rather than carry a pen, you wear a pen
Kevin
if
is
it's a
a-
fine pen.
Yeah, it's a fine pen.
Kevin is a great storyteller, great business guy, very knowledgeable, has taste, is very well dressed. has some very nice watches, and his taste in pens is amazing.
So they love it. It's very feminine. It's sort of an ominous look, but it looks terrific on a black dress. Many of them wear black.
Roberto Cavalli have a very similar snake serpent
Yes.
in their sunglasses and some of their designs.
The tail is wrapped around the top of the pen. It's just
Beautiful.
It's a
I
Bulgari
have
doing
many
the Serpenti watch,
pens.
for
This is just
example.
my traveling subset for the Shark Tank.
But this guy, by the way, this serpent, this pen, like Kevin said, it's actually a pen from 1914. And if you go at the Mont Blanc Museum, you're going to see the actual pen from 1914 with the serpent as a clip. So it's stunning that it's still so actual and so beautiful. And it was one of the best sellers in the last years.
Shoot.
This is my entire collection of pens. You want to see what I have?
Yeah, let's have a look.
I'm not
Let's
a
see.
huge pen collector, but I have.
Let's see what Michael
managed
has.
That's
to get-
lacquer, right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a Faberge Michel Perjon pen.
Wow.
I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yes, I am.
And
You clearly have not used this.
Faberge.
I have not
pen.
used it. I'm scared to.
Yeah, I can tell by
With
just when
18
I
karat
opened
gold.
it up.
Very
Totally
nice, hot
scared to.
enamel.
Yeah.
like
But
Faberge.
I was
See,
offered.
it's not just, it's also the nib that matters. This is a medium. It's a beautiful.
Is
This
that a
would
good
be-
nib?
Yeah,
I don't know anything
This
about
would
them.
be a beautiful pen to write with.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's beautifully balanced. I mean you really should get some high quality ink. Mont Blanc ink would be good. They make artisan inks that are really beautiful. They're very expensive, but they are perfect for pens like this. And start writing with this because it's such a joy, and you're not really using it.
Yeah, I'm scared to use it. And this is the same pen, but this is the.
No, so that's a great point. So Michael is saying he's scared to use it, but guys, you don't have to be scared to use pens. They have to be used. They can be used, and there's absolutely no problem with it. They can have a bit of scratch. The beautiful thing about fine pens is the fact that they live with you, and you write your own story with your pen, and that's why they've got to have a bit of scratches and to feel like they've lived with you. It's not just like a watch that you have in your wrist, and unless you're going to scratch it somewhere, then it's gonna scratch. The pen is something that you put on your table, you have in your hands, so it's a tool. And it's a luxury tool, and it's also an accessory. But the usage is different. That's a very important point. So don't be afraid. Rather, buy, like Kevin O'Leary, buy a nice pen pouch, and you're good. They're not gonna steal it. You always have a place where to store it, and they're not even gonna scratch that much.
The ballpoint version of it.
Also beautiful.
Beautiful lacquering on this
and
pen, on this
I'm
Faberge
told that
pen.
these are, well, I forget what it is. Maybe you know what it's made of.
It's etched.
It's hot enamel.
It's etched. It's a very complex, long. It's probably.
Yeah,
It
hot
might be a
enamel.
lacquer. I don't know. Or is it? Or a silver metal lacquered over.
So there's cold enamel, which is easier to do and less resistant. There's hot enamel, and hot enamel is what Faberge used to do on their eggs. So I'm pretty sure that they use this technique on this pen. Probably made in France. I truly cannot remember the name of the person who does this pen. I think it's something with Michel, something like this. I don't remember. Let's see if they're gonna mention it somehow.
I don't know what it is either.
It's stunning. It has a three-dimensional view to it. This is obviously etched gold on the top. It's beautiful. These are great pens,
Fun, right?
but you're not using them.
No, I'm not. And then here's another one. This one here.
Use them, Michael. Use them. I got a text
This
him
is
to use them.
another Faberge.
Yeah.
They feel great, don't they?
Very nice.
They're
very
they're heavy.
nice,
If you
very
felt the weight
nice.
of one
That's
of
a
these.
piece of art.
Also,
Piece
no,
of
wow,
art.
there aren't they?
Yeah.
And I've
This
never
feels
had
like
a
it's never
Faberge
been
pen in
used.
my
It
hand.
hasn't.
Yeah, because you can tell when it's so stiff to get off.
It hasn't been used
It's
usually.
spectacular. That's a beautiful writing pen.
Yeah, yeah.
And, when somebody sees you writing with this,
Yeah.
you're making a statement.
Yeah.
I know.
Like,
But I bought them. I thought
put
I'm
a
gonna
Jacob watch on with this pen. Like
You're there, right?
Yeah, you're there for sure.
When I bought them, I thought to myself, "Oh, these are really nice. I'll sign contracts and big things
Yeah,
with
that's
them."
what you should do.
And then I took them to my office and never used them. So I
That's
just
sad.
put
What
them
else
with
you
everything
got
else. So this is a gold. It's not plate. It's solid gold. I think it's a cross.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's classic. You can even tell it's a cross. It's got the
Yeah,
squarish
cross.
cap,
Yeah.
which is kind of Cross.
Rollerball.
Cross is not
Nice
as big a
design.
brand as it used to be, but that
True.
makes this even more valuable.
This guy knows
it really?
everything, huh?
Mont Blanc has soaked up 80% of the pen market.
Here's
This
my
guy
Mont
knows
Blanc.
really everything.
Actually, I have a couple more, but
I have
that's
this
what was in
watch.
there.
Starwalker.
It's it's also if you feel how well it's made.
It's smooth, right?
It's
It's
very
very
smooth.
smooth. And then my
Very nice.
last one is, oops,
Oh.
nearly didn't have a last one, is this,
Yeah.
which I'm
You
told
can't
is...
you can't drop these watches because it's lacquer.
That's a lip.
And what's unique about this is you get
Jean-Pierre
a different
Lépine,
look at every light. It changes, you know. It's sort of a.
Jean-Pierre
this is
Lépine.
this is Japanese work.
Do you know this brand?
I don't, but I can tell from my Japanese lacquer.
This is made in
pens.
Jura Français. In
It's got to
France.
be. What is it?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Let me put my glasses on and I will tell you it is a... this is made in France.
I don't. My bet,
Actually, no, it doesn't.
my bet is that this is actually done in Japan for a French brand.
Please read that because my
No,
glasses aren't
Kevin, I'm
strong enough
sorry.
to read
Yeah.
it.
But,
That would
Mont Blanc
be
makes
too
this
early.
is-
Jean-Pierre Lépine?
This is a German pen
Paris.
made in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something else. Like that's really something else. Jean-Pierre Lépine, he was a pen maker and had his own brand, and he was also doing pens for other brands. But I was never a fan of it because the designs were always so crazy, and the collection didn't have like one clear line. But say that, I mean, funny that Michael has one, and definitely not made in Japan.
Very few artists can do this kind of work. Yeah, it's stunning. Now that probably has
That's
a
probably
been used.
typical
reserve,
French lacquering,
basically.
like Estée Dupont, you know.
Yeah,
I guess, I'm guessing because
How do you
I
feel it?
cannot
I think
feel
I
it.
have
and
no
see
No
it.
idea.
idea.
so long.
No idea.
it's been so long that this has never been used. Because normally you'd screw it off and you'd find that you could fill
Shirley
up the
has an
reserve
18
with
karat gold nib, so she's
It's not-
I'm willing to give it a go. Let me see if I can open
because
it.
that's how you.
This?
Yeah, that's right. So now let's see this. We're gonna find. That's how you've never done this with this pen.
I don't believe so.
So it's
Oh.
a cartridge.
It's a cartridge?
Yeah.
Of course.
A standard cartridge would fit in this thing. Why don't you use this pen? It's crazy.
So where do you get a cartridge from?
You can buy from any online
From Style of
supplier.
Zug.
This is a standard cartridge. It'll last for about a month. You just
He
push
knows
it
by
in and
now.
it gets pierced at the bottom. You can get many different colored inks, and when it's over, you have to clean it with just water, warm water,
Yeah.
and then you put the next cartridge in.
Yeah.
Well, I might just do that.
This is very easy to use. It's made. And it's beautiful.
Hopefully he did by now.
It's crazy.
Fun, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, we've learned something about your pens. Okay.
Okay.
One last thing I wanted to show you. For Shark Tank years ago, I formed a relationship with Deacon and Francis,
I think that
Bespoke
was it
in
about-
London, England, makers of very fine
About
cufflinks for
pens.
men and tie pins, etc.
Let's see
And I
these
asked him,
cufflinks.
I wanted to get skull cufflinks, and the first that I got from him were silver,
Nice.
to wear with my silver
Nice.
watches.
Crazy.
But
Why skulls, Kevin?
I just,
Look at the eyes. Watch the eyes.
it just reminds
Wow.
me of, it's sobering
Yeah, I think that
mortality,
was it about
you know?
pens. Let's see.
Remember how Bowie had a over to bring the five of you together? You all know each.
What was it?
No, but we're tested and we're cool with it.
But still keeping up the protocol, the elbow bump.
Absolutely fantastic.
And thank you again. Don't forget to put these away. Guys, I hope you enjoyed these 3 videos. 3, right? Did we do?
Michael, we enjoyed these videos, and it was so amazing to see these two guys talking about pens. How beautiful! I'm amazed, and I'm happy I could react on it. They've said some very interesting things. They've showed some very interesting pieces. Funny enough, Kevin had more of the classic pieces that you might see because they're from Mont Blanc, which is the brand that has 80% of the market, while Michael had the craziest pens, which even I haven't ever seen, and I think that's a super funny thing. That's a super funny thing. I hope you enjoyed to see this reaction video and this video of Kevin O'Leary and producer Michael. Make sure to leave a like if you like this content. Let me know down there which one was your favorite pen out of this one that they showed. I'm wondering, and I will reply I'm super 100% sure I will reply to your comment. Thank you so much for watching, Goodfellas, and stay tuned for more content that is coming up. And don't forget that together we are changing the game.